Okay, this is Set 10 Wednesday, page 1. So number 1, we have an XY table. We are going to find a pattern. We're going to find the missing number. So they've already marked our XY for us, which is great. Anytime you guys are missing a number, you're looking for a pattern and kind of look at what they've given you and see what the easiest one is that you probably already know. Like you're really familiar with your 12s, you're really familiar with your 25s and 100s. So are we adding, are we multiplying? So that's kind of what we're trying to figure out. So how do we get from 12 to 48? Well, we know our 12, so 12, 24, 36, 48. So that would be times 4. Well, if that's true, if this is times 4, then this has to be times 4. So is 25 times 4 100? It is, because 4 quarters make 100. So is 30 times 4 120? Well, we know 3 times 4 is 12, and we'd add a 0, so yes. So you can look at what you're familiar with and figure out that the rule is going to be times 4, okay? So y equals x times 4, and really I don't like for you guys to write it this way. I really want you to put the coefficient first and the variable last. So really the correct equation for this is y equals 4x. Without any sign in between, without a multiplication sign, this is really what your equation needs to look like, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and even cross that out because I really don't want y'all to do it that way. I really want it to be y equals 4x, okay? So if that's true, and we know our pattern is times 4, x times 4, then we need to multiply 53 times 4 to see what our missing number is. So we've got 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21. So our missing number in our table is 212. So we look down here and it says, is the pattern additive or is it multiplicative? Well, we know we multiplied, and obviously multiply is the root word of multiplicative, so that is our answer. Okay, we have 1/3 divided by 9. It says draw a model to help if you need it. Well, we don't really need it because we're really good at these. So we're going to write 1/3 divided by 9. Y'all, we're going to go ahead and turn that into a, why am I having so much trouble with that word? I just said it a while ago. But anyway, we're going to turn it into a fraction. Remember, we can't divide fractions, okay? So we're going to do our arrow. We're going to write keep, change, flip to remind us that we are keeping our first fraction. We are flipping, or excuse me, we are changing this to multiplication. We are flipping or turning this into the inverse, which is 1/9. Once we have that set up, we multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. 9 times 3 is 27. We know our pattern is fraction divided by whole equals fraction, and whole divided by fraction equals whole. Well, this is what we've been given. So we should get a fraction as our answer, and we did, and we can't reduce it because it's got a 1 as a numerator, so we know we're done. All right. Draw a model and solve the equation for the problem. Duff's car insurance for 6 months costs $832.32. If he makes 6 equal monthly payments, how much will each payment be? So again, we can draw our part whole, okay? We know that our whole that we paid, that he paid, is $832.32. We know he did it in 6 equal payments. Okay, again, this is either addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. We already know we're going to be dividing because we have a total and we're dividing it by 6. This is what we're missing. The cost, how much is each payment going to be? So we're going to set this up, and let me do it on this piece. Let me do it on here for you. So we have, lost my good pen. We have $832.32 divided by 6. We're going to float that bobber first thing. Okay, we don't have to round because it's just single digits, so 6 goes into 8 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. We're going to subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. We're going to bring down our 3. 6 goes into 23. 6, 12, 18, 24. That's too much, so it's going to go in 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. 2 minus 1 is 1. Our friend needs help, so we're going to take that 1 away and give it to our friend. 13 minus 8 is 5. We're going to bring down our 2. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. So it's going to be 48. So that's going to be an 8. And 8 times 6 is 48. 5 minus 4 is 1, but our friend needs help, so we're going to subtract 1 away, which leaves us with 0. We give our friend the help. 12 minus 8 is 4. We're going to bring down our 3. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. So that's going to be 7. And that's going to give us a 42. And 43 minus 42 is 1. We have one number left, which is a 2. We know 6 goes into 12 twice. We end up with an even number. So our payments each month are going to be $138.72. All right. It says name this quadrilateral. Remember, a quad, that means it's going to have 4 sides, which it does. Okay, all the sides are congruent. We've got an obtuse angle here, an obtuse angle here, an acute angle here, an acute angle here. Okay, doesn't have any right angles, so we know it's not a square or a rectangle. So the only thing we have left is a rhombus. Okay, a rhombus has 4 sides. They're all congruent. Opposite angles are congruent, but they're not right angles. So it says circle the attributes that are true. Are the opposite sides parallel? They are. Does this have any right angles? It does not. Are the sides the same length? Yes, they are congruent. So those are the 2 that you would circle. All right. Create a dot plot to match the number of family members in some different people's families. So this is where we look at our data and we have a 5. So we're going to come over here to the 5 and we're going to give ourselves a dot on our dot plot. We have a 6. Remember, you want to keep them the same size, as close as you can, and you want to keep them evenly spread. We've got another 5, so we're going to put a little space between there. We have a 4. Again, you want to keep these lined up. We've got a 3. We've got another 4, so we want these to stay lined up. We have a 2. We have a 5. We have a 6, another 6, and we have a 7. So there is our dot plot completed. It says which grade was the most common. Well, which of these has the most dots? That's the number 5. So 5 was the most common.